Due to the restrictions placed on businesses during this global pandemic, we've had to give up a lot of things that we used to go out and do, including libraries. But what if there was an alternative? These are little free libraries. They're little boxes filled with books in front of people's yards or sidewalks that act as libraries for anyone who passes by. This was started by a non-profit organization by the same name, Little Free Library, and their goal is to build communities and inspire a love for reading. But little did we know, for a time, they would replace standard libraries completely. Due to the fact that at the time someone had COVID-19 in my household, I decided to call her on the phone instead of conducting a live interview. What was your previous affiliation with the library?
I worked at the Glendora Library for 17 years, and then I volunteered at the school libraries where your dad went to school, and I found that I really liked shelving books. So I ended up working at a library. I worked at the county libraries. Before Glendora, I worked at a couple of county libraries, and then I got a job at Glendora Public Library. So that's how it all started.
How often would you check out a book from the library?
I would go at least once every 3 weeks.
Now with everything going on with COVID, how did you feel when they closed the libraries?
I was very disappointed, and I'm very, very upset that they haven't opened the libraries yet. I don't see what the problem is. When you're in a library, you're very spread out. You're not next to anybody. It's a real loss. It's a loss not to have access to what you normally do and enjoy doing. So it's a loss, a personal loss.
With the little free libraries, how often do you go to those ones?
I'm checking them out almost every day because I pass them every day on my walking, and so I usually just check out what they have in them almost daily. Especially if I'm getting short on reading material, I think it's time to get something new.
How many do you visit on each walk?
Sometimes, there might be 2 or 3 different ones. I go on a different route every day, at least a dozen around Claremont that I'm familiar with if I started adding them up in my head. But on any given day, I might only pass 1 or 2, but in a given week, I probably would pass quite a few more, 8 or 10 maybe.
Do you think that little free libraries have filled your demand for books in this period?
Yes, it does, because, I see so many of them, and they're really packed full of books. So it's really filled a void in my situation because I've always been able to find 1 or 2 things to keep me reading. So it has fulfilled a need that I have for new reading material, so it has met the need for sure.
Because people have made this organization, and because people have set up the different libraries, people just like my grandma are able to read new books for free in this time of need. Little Free Library, thank you.